True believers, welcome to your weekly Marvel Crisis Protocol vlog.
You gotta get it right there.
You gotta roll the O.
Yeah. We are the Professional Casual Network presents. Wait, did I roll a wild? A Marvel Crisis Protocol vlog. Vlog. Look, at this point, I'm just trying to get as many downvotes on a video as possible. When we get 28 views and 14 dislikes, it's like, that's a goal that I want to set.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Welcome once again. I'm still exhausted from Mini-Con. From Mini-Extravaganza.
Yeah.
Yes. But we got some stuff to talk about.
Mhm.
We got some things to discuss.
Yeah.
I'm kind of hyped about it.
Yeah.
About as hyped as I am about these new exciting Built Bars that I have. Of course, head over to BuiltBar.com. Use promo code Professional Casual at checkout. But I can't tell you about them. No. But holy shit.
One of them you can, because one of them's been out, but not the other one.
What color?
This one?
That one is safe.
Okay. So let's talk about this one real quick. It's raspberry cheesecake Built Bar. I am hyped for it. I'm going to have this tomorrow for breakfast at 10 o'clock when I can eat again because of my intermittent fasting.
There you go.
Nice.
Really super hyped about it. It looks delicious. Of course, promo code Professional Casual at checkout.
Yeah.
All one word. Gets you 10% off. Stacks with other deals, bro.
The other one, not to give it away, but just to hint at, Tim gave one to Dan, and Dan showed it to me, and I exclaimed about it, and Dan's like, not in front of the kids. And my daughter was like, oh, what? And I was like, it's spicy.
A quick comment that might be too far away from your reference to actually make a joke about, but you mentioned that you've been doing intermittent fasting.
I have.
I have been doing intermurial fasting, which just means I only eat chicken nuggets and pizza from elementary school cafeterias.
Okay.
Oh.
And you do it with a group of other people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
On your off time.
Half of them are wearing pennies. The other half are not.
So real quick, when you need to cut your pizza, are you using a pair of scissors?
We are actually using one of those flat wooden blocks with 4 wheels on it that you would use to scoot around the floor.
So it would cut your damn finger off?
Yep.
Okay.
Cuts pizza just as nicely.
Oh, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Seems a little excessive, but okay. I'm here for it. I
Yeah.
support it.
Thank you.
You know what I also support? Raise Energy. Head over to Raise Energy. Use the click in the link below. Use the link and click it below. Go over to use Rep. It's Rep Sports. You're gonna go there with
There's a
2
link.
piece. Rep with
Click on
2
it.
piece.
Use the code. You're good.
Yeah. Promo code Professional Casual at checkout. I tried so hard. It's been a long day, guys.
Yeah.
And of course, patreon.com/Professional Casual Network. There we got all the plugs out of the way. Let's talk about some stuff we did, like over at twitch.tv/Professional Casual Network, where we play games on, the Power Phase every Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Mm-hmm.
Or at some point, they get put up on the YouTube. When that fucking editor gets his act together and puts the shows together, it works out real well.
It does.
Yeah.
You just got to peep.
And then he puts the weirdest schedule where he drops them at weird times, and everybody's like, "Why do you?"
Listen,
drop them?
you got to keep them on their feet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This show that you're watching right now will come out every Tuesday for the most part, but
Potentially.
Maybe. Who knows?
But otherwise, those shows are going to drop at some point. Those
Right.
episodes are going to drop. You can check them out when you get to check them out. You know?
You'll get them when we tell you get them.
Yeah,
and you'll like it.
We're the bosses here.
we are.
We're our own bosses. We don't wear pants.
It's true, actually. Soft dom, if you will.
But yeah, we played some games this week. On the Power Phase. We played Mission 2 of the Civil War campaign that AMG released during Mini-Extravaganza.
Shout out for free stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for real. Especially, So it was pretty exciting. We played at Throwlash Gaming from Twitch on there. I got my butt handed to me. But the crisis was good, solid. Another one with a heavy amount of objectives on the board. But there was a lot going on. There was 3 points that you had to control. Whichever player was controlling those 3 points could then score 3 victory points by controlling a different point. It was neat. And then a bunch of unregistered superhumans that were running around. You could get them. Sometimes they'd stun you. Sometimes they give you power. Sometimes they damage you.
That's
Wow.
actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay. That's actually super dope.
Mhm.
Super dope. Okay.
And the upscaling of the registration and Renegade's powers as
Mhm.
well.
Mhm.
I think the one Taylor chose, I think every round he was able to remove a special condition from any one of his characters, which was like stupid good.
Yeah.
And I forget what his other one was. I had one where every round I could move a character short towards another character, which was also really good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cable would love that.
Cable would.
Cable would love
That's why he should be probably 9 threat.
Yeah, easily
At
a 9 threat
least.
character. Yeah.
Yes.
At least.
What did you play? You played.
I played Wakanda.
You were Wakanda. Okay.
Mhm.
I stopped in for like 10 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ran the full Wakanda affiliation. It just happened to work out to 16 points. So I was like, all right, well, might as well.
Mhm.
I hadn't used Storm before, so that was a new one for me.
In Wakanda, nonetheless.
Right, in Wakanda, nonetheless. And Killmonger got spiked early, got dazed real quick. Taylor was playing Cabal. And I think I had 2 attacks where I was really relying on some damage being put out. And I think in one of them I rolled 4 shields and a blank.
Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah. I was spiking real hard that game.
So hard. Statistically.
Well, I mean, there's only one
It's
shield.
the only way I like to be hard. You know?
There's only one shield on each die. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that was,
Right. Yeah.
you know,
Yep.
never happened before on the stream.
Yeah.
Probably won't happen again.
Not when you need it. That's for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I got crushed by Taylor, who's undefeated.
I
on the
want
show.
to, I want him to teach me. He's so nonchalant. Like, you decided you were playing Wakanda and he's like, oh, all right, I'll figure something else. Oh, I guess I'll take these 2 things. Like, he's so
Yeah.
he seems so willy-nilly about it, but he's so good.
Mhm.
And it's like, how are you that good? without even
Because
trying?
he's a sociopath, would be my assumption.
probably
100%. The man is
Yep.
insane.
Um,
All he does is sit and thinks about things like this and weird, funky mix
Yeah.
and collaborations and things like that and
And he's
how
got
they
that
work.
tech brain too.
Yeah.
He's like a tech whiz.
Yeah.
Dagna said in the chat during the match, he's like, wait a minute, one of Tim's opponents is going for objectives and trying to stay ahead in points? What game are these guys playing? I was like, I was talking to Taylor afterwards and he's like, am I actually really good at this game? And I was like, you got to understand that most weeks, at least every other week, my opponent is just trying to kill me and do nothing else.
Right.
So I'm not used to, nor has it been a pattern at all of me playing anyone that's actually trying to get objectives and win the game.
Right.
So yeah.
Like
it
I
went
was, when I was first learning the game and Dan was walking me through stuff and I was like, all right, so then basically I either need to get the objectives to get the points or make it so that Tim can't get them and
Yep.
then he can't get the points. And he was like, yeah. I was like, okay, so then why doesn't anybody ever do that?
Deny or supply.
Because it's with other tabletop games, the point is trying to just kill the enemy characters. Whereas
Right.
that is
Very-
not, I
very
mean, you
much.
can here, but that's not necessarily how you win.
It's not the primary objective.
Right.
I believe they said, or someone had put out a bunch of stats about how people that were trying to go just for kill and not playing objectives maybe won 5% of the time.
Right.
Something
Right.
ridiculously low. You have to
Yep.
be on objectives.
Yeah, it's an objective based game. It is
Correct.
completely designed to be that way.
Mhm.
Yeah. So this week we had a big drop. We had some droppies, some appies and nappies, if you will.
Yeah.
We had some panel to plays when we had a card dropped.
Yes.
Talk about the card first. So we finally got what's her nuts? Viper.
Viper.
We got Viper's card officially. So I was okay with it.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that real quick?
Kind of don't know how to respond to that.
Okay.
What do you mean you're okay with it?
What do you mean?
I was just, I guess
nothing blew you away about this card.
Oh yeah. I'm fine with it. We had such an overload of just crazy new stuff, right?
Mm.
Mysterio, Carnage.
Yes.
They have all these wacky new rules, and they got this and they got everything else. It was kind of system overload. I was actually really happy to get Viper kind of being kind of mellow. A nice palate cleanser almost.
I completely agree. As a newish player, those like wild out there cards, it really intimidates me.
Yeah.
This is something I feel like I could play with.
To be completely honest, I love Mysterio because I get how he works. I don't see me playing Carnage very often.
Yeah.
Until I can really get the card, try him out a few times and kind of figure it out, or watch somebody else and how they do it.
Yep.
Right.
But like Viper's, I mean, she's just a solid 3, right?
Yeah.
She really is. Long movement and stealth is awesome. Throwing a teleport too, she is not only a solid 3, I think she's really good.
Yeah, I think she is. And we can, I mean, threes across the board, which is pretty regular, normal. 3 threat, and she's size 2. What's her first attack? I can't actually see it.
Poison Blade.
Poison Blade.
Yep.
It's a 5 strike.
Yep. 5 strength, range 2, 0 cost. Unlike Sin, whose builder is 4 power, as we've seen. After this attack is resolved, the character gains, power equal to damage dealt, and also has poison on a wild.
Yep.
Which is so.
It's decent.
It's super good, and we're seeing how poison is going to kind of be the new meta coming out. Being able to stop characters from getting more than one energy on them, especially characters that either have builders built into them because they need the energy, or shutting down. Like She-Hulk is terrified of poison.
Yes.
Correct.
Except for I think she's immune to it, so it doesn't matter anyway.
Right.
So that doesn't actually matter. I was going to say the same thing about Cable, and then remembered Cable's also immune to poison.
Yeah.
So poison's really awesome for the characters that are immune to poison.
I wonder if in this wave they added that to a couple characters because they knew that they were about to be adding poison to a number of characters coming out.
Very
They
possible.
kind of like prefaced it a little bit.
But I also like that it's poison on a strike. It sucks that it's a wild. I mean, but I guess that's to prevent power creep.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
we've seen a lot of 4 strength builders on 3s and 2s recently as well. So like I'm fine with it being on a wild because it's a bonus on a builder. You know what I mean? You're using it to get power.
Right.
Yep. Anything else is extra at that point.
Right. But I have seen where poison sucks. It sucks to have it on you. When you're Thor, it fucking sucks.
Yeah.
When you're any Asgard.
You're relying on taking damage or actually being able to deal damage.
Yep. 100%. I also have learned it's just good to get conditions on people. Like make them have to choose like, okay, am I going to just keep this poison on me or am I going to waste one of my actions?
Right.
Right.
I think poison and slow is a hell of a combination to put on people because you're making them either have to spend an entire turn to shake both so they can act normal next turn, or you're going to very much affect something of their either their movement shenanigans, or because you always move unless you're already in combat, then you're trying to attack twice and you're not going to build energy with a poison on you. So,
and especially if you're playing someone has like a very like tactical plan and you start throwing that stuff at them, like that just totally throws a wrench.
Right. Yep. And like web warriors hate poison because they are already power starved as it is.
Yeah.
So not being able to build up really, really, really hurts. Daredevil with poison sucks.
Yeah.
So, and then nothing happens when she flips, which is kind of nice. Let's talk about, she has a
2
pistol?
builders though. Yeah. So she has a second builder, Assassin's Pistol, range 3, strength 4, no power. After the attack is resolved, you gain 1. We've seen that pretty consistently on a lot of characters recently with pistol. Doesn't have rapid fire though. Instead has stun on a wild.
Which is super dope.
The fact that out of the gate, no power on her, she can potentially stun and poison is incredibly strong.
Yeah.
Granted, I feel it's devalued a little bit because they have been putting immunity poison on like every other character that comes out, which is really kind of a shame. Like the Inhumans are as a whole completely nullify it. Right. But I like to see it out there more outside of Proxima's Stardew Valley attack or whatever. It's not what it's called, but there's not a whole ton of ways to get poison on there regularly, consistently with attacks that you should be using.
Right. Right, 100%. And then she's got kind of a, was that Viper Strike?
Viper Strike,
Yeah.
yep,
Yeah.
for 3 power.
So it's 3 power, range 3, strength 6. It counts. This is when in panel to plays when they refer to someone charging in.
Mm-hmm.
This is normally what it is because similar to Killmonger, Baron Zemo, a lot of other characters that have things where you attack them and then you put yourself within one of them.
Right.
It's one of those, but with Venom on a wild, and Venom is slow and stun simultaneously.
Which is kind of dope. I mean, that's
Yeah.
kind of neat. It's 6, which is pretty dope. Is it range 3?
Yes.
Now, does it say may or have to?
The
It just
target
says
character
place.
gains the slow and stun special.
No, the first one.
After
the
this
movement.
attack is resolved, place this character within
Yeah,
one
so
of
you
your
have to do it, which sometimes I might not actually want to.
Right, that's
Correct.
true.
Because it would make me possibly get off an objective or put me in a bigger threat range. I would have liked to have seen may be placed within one.
With this, I get it because it's a melee attack that you're running in for.
Sure.
You got to be put within one. And kind of the whole premise behind Viper is that she's going to be using that displacement ring
Mhm.
Right.
kind of on a regular basis. So you get put up there, you get put within one. Maybe you get off a poison blade afterwards, and then you teleport out. I mean, your finger guns and moonwalking away. Pretty much
Essentially,
any
yeah.
opportunity you can get.
Right. What does Disruption Ring actually do? Let's talk about her powers.
So for 2 power, she can be placed within 2 of her current position.
That's just super dope.
Yep.
Yeah.
Once
I mean,
a turn.
2 is
solid.
huge.
Yes.
I mean, realistically, two movement is pretty brutal.
And she's got those 2, like, she can, like, get power so easily, so quickly
Yep.
that, by her 3rd turn, she can easily be throwing out Viper Strikes and then teleporting away.
Yeah.
100%. I mean, anytime I get a free movement, not just movement, but I get to ignore terrain. I get to ignore characters that are around me.
Yep.
Even if I can, even if they have a way to block my movement, this does not apply to blocking the movement.
Right.
So I can get over Angela. I can get over Medusa if I need to.
Yep.
And then she has, what's the other one?
Coiled Serpent. It's pretty much martial prowess.
Okay.
Costs 2. You get to roll 5 dice on a defense. And if you take no damage, the attacking character suffers 2.
Which I super like.
Yep.
I think it's really cool. I don't see me using it very often because Viper does not scare me yet. So
Okay.
I don't see me attacking her a lot.
She's someone that you're going to have to be very specific about.
Yes.
Yes.
She has stealth. She has a teleport.
Right.
If she is being played effectively, she's getting in, she's doing what she needs to do, or she's getting the objective
Mhm.
and then getting just out of range. So you either can't target her or at least have to move so you can.
Yep.
Right.
So the fact that you're not only going to be able to force your opponent to have to move within a specific range to make sure that they can even attack you,
Mhm.
you then have to make sure that they're not meleeing you, or you want them to melee you so you can use Coiled Serpent.
Right.
It's kind of it's several layers of annoying to your opponent to make sure that whatever you want to do with her, she's not going to be interrupted in doing it.
Right.
Yep.
Right. I think, I think she's a great 3.
Mhm.
I think she's a strong 3.
Yeah.
Probably should be a 4. But I really like her as a 3. I think she's really good. That long movement, of course, your nipples are all hard for her.
They
so-
are. I love
yeah.
long movement, and with stealth and Coiled Serpent and standard array defenses, they didn't give her a weak stat.
Yeah.
I think she's solid. I'm really, really happy with
Yeah.
it.
Never mind.
Were you going to say that her boobs could be bigger?
I was just gonna say that.
I was going to say that too. Her boobs could be bigger.
Your boobs could be bigger.
She's just not very sexy.
Her face is bland and ugly.
She does have a dumb looking face on the model. And a
Yeah, but you
receding
can
hairline.
paint it to look different.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, you can't.
Well, and like that is a face of a woman who is about to murder you.
Right?
They don't
Yes.
look sexy most of the time anyway.
Like, if you really want just green stuff, some tits on her, call it a day. Jesus.
Yeah.
I get all bent out of shape about that stuff.
Well, and like it was like what a weirdo.
My mom won't let me buy certain models because they're too sexual. Okay.
I did grow up with a kid that we got into Magic at the same time. I got a white and blue deck, and he got a black deck. And his super religious school teacher mother rose all sorts of hell because his deck had zombies and the undead, and he was obviously now in the occult. And my deck had birds and old guys with books. So
no.
he was like, "Why didn't you do that one?" And she was.
Yikes.
Okay.
went nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, my neighbor freaked out because when I was 12, I had a comic book that was like a comic book that was just all art covers. It was like one of those like weird ones. And it was like 90s comic books.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And she took it from me, went to my mother and explained to her, like, look, this is a over sexualization. You can see her. It was like a picture of Mystique with like Wolverine.
I was going to say she was probably complaining about the tits, but really it happened to be Rob Layfield's Cable, who was stabbed.
So it was Mystique with like Wolverine and Sabretooth on like either side of her, and they were screaming at each other, and you could see like a silhouette of her, and like you can see her under boob and you can almost see her cooter, and it was like, oh my god, like it's so over-sexual. And then you turn the page and it was a picture of just Wolverine just standing there, and she was just emphasizing how you could just look at the detail on his crotch. You know what I mean? Like this is inappropriate. You should not be letting him say like it's over sexual. Like look at his crotch. And my mom was like, "Oh, let me see the crotch," and like took it.
And then
Burned in my memory will be my mom's.
again.
Yeah,
Your mom stole it.
like still fucking hyped about Wolverine's crotch. Let me tell you.
The thing I loved about 90s Wolverine's bare chest, depending on who was drawing him, is they didn't draw it so that like all the hair was going in one direction or swept. It literally looked like someone sweeped up a barbershop floor and just glued it to a white piece of paper like a child with glitter and macaroni.
Oh my god.
Just blotchy in different colors.
You are not wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh god.
But
Got a little
anyway.
90s. But yeah, so like I really like Viper.
I'm gonna be playing her a lot.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel she's got everything that I need for that particular role. When you are taking a Black Widow or a Mystique or someone that's going to fill that 3 slot or that you're not really going to be completely relying on to do damage, she is probably going to be one of the higher performers for that.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. I'm looking at the model. I am a little worried about that ankle snapping off, kind of like a Shuri situation.
Yeah.
But
At least it's not as bad as Storm being held on there by the tiniest little lightning bolt squiggle.
Yeah.
Mine broke off recently before we played the game this past Monday, and I had my wife reattach it and then also find another point of contact.
Oh, good.
Seems a lot more stable.
Well, that's good. That's good.
I also left it in my cup holder and then dropped a can on it that was not empty, which is why it broke in the first place.
That makes me feel so good.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yep.
Sweet.
Yeah, if you want to know, it was because you brought it here, actually, after you had fixed it or had done more to it.
Yeah.
And then I
gave her lightning boobs, I believe. That's your exact words.
Yep.
Yep.
And so then I went and put it in my car and I put it in the cup holder so I wouldn't forget it.
Yep.
And then did. And then next time, put one of these bad boys just boom right in there. Yeah.
Nice. That's sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And she only broke from that one point, though. Like, she didn't get shattered. So that's a testament.
It's actually pretty impressive because I used plastic glue, which actually melts the plastic together. So I am surprised that she did not break down and return back to nature from her original elements. But what also dropped this week, which I'm super hyped about, we got panel to plays.
Yes, we did.
We got Luke Cage, who I am stupid hyped about.
Yep, same.
Yes.
And we got that other dude that nobody can remember his name.
Wait, what's his name? Bob? No, there's already one named Bob.
Yeah.
Paul?
Dustin Ram. Dusty Ram. Yes.
Yeah.
The Iron Fist. Dusty Ram.
And we got Iron Fist today, literally the day that we are recording.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about Luke Cage first.
Yeah.
Because Luke Cage, oh God, Luke Cage is my boy. He's my dude. First off, I absolutely love the model. I love that She-Hulk threw the
girder and
he just stomped on it. Like, he literally does not have time for your bullshit.
I don't know. The bulge in his pants could be bigger. I'm just saying.
It's no Magneto bulge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
they need to get Chuck's mom on as a consultant.
Yeah, seriously.
I just decided from now on I'm going to treat all the male models how the dudes treat the female models.
agree.
Like, I don't know. He's just not.
Very realistically, have you ever noticed Magneto's hog? Because that thing is fucking huge on that model. I am genuinely.
You can't use contrast paints
No.
on it because the bulge is so bulbous
Yes,
that
you're not wrong.
right.
Magneto
Yeah.
would have big dick energy.
He
Mhm.
very much does.
That makes me really
It's
happy.
some would say it's polarizing. currently painting my Magneto up, and I was just like, holy shit, this dude's dick's huge. Like, that's fucking awesome. They did
Oh,
not
man.
need to sculpt it this good, and I am really impressed with how
Or-
well they sculpted it.
Yes.
But let's talk about Luke Cage.
Yes.
Old big dick energy himself. So this panel to play was interesting. I like it.
Mhm.
I like a lot of the things that they talked about it. What did you guys like the most?
Stagger on a strike.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, granted, 2 wilds, but once again, at that point, it's a bonus.
Right.
Fact that they mentioned that he has above average physical defenses. I don't think it's going to be a 5, but I'm assuming a 4.
Yep.
I think he's going to be the first justifiable 4.
Right.
Like, I think we're going to look at it and go, man, he should actually probably be a 5, but we get him at a 4.
Yep. Well, and from the way they make it seem, flat damage reduction in vulnerability instead of to a minimum of 1.
Right.
They certainly didn't make any inclinations that it is going to be to a minimum of 1/1. It might be like Thanos's.
Mm-hmm.
or Kingpin's.
Right.
Yes.
No, he has a neared to pain, so he can spend to remove it.
Oh, is this innate?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's not innate. It's a reactive, like
Oh, okay.
Crossbones.
Oh.
It's named the same thing too.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I no way in hell it's a 5 physical defense. You cannot give someone a 5 physical defense
No.
and an invulnerability. It's stupid.
Yeah.
I could
Yep.
see 4-4-2.
Yep.
I think would make the most sense, or maybe even 4-4-3.
Yeah.
But it would kind of make more sense if he was a 2.
Yeah.
I think.
Agree.
Especially I'm
Just
like
as a
sick.
balancing, unless
Right.
he is a hard 5. You know what I mean? I could see that.
I hope he's not, because we've gotten like a ton of 5s now.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we've been getting an influx of 5s and 6s. I'd
And
kind of like
Defender
to see.
specifically has a lot of 5s because they
Right.
have Ghost Rider and Strange.
Right. So I guess I could see it, and they have 2 6s because they have She-Hulk and Hulk.
Yep.
So like they have a ton, but I could see a situation where like Defenders never really were a large number team. They may be structuring them specifically so you can only take small amount of characters.
Yep.
Maybe. I still hope he's a 4.
Me too.
I want him to be a really good 4
Mhm.
than just an okay 5. I like the stagger. I kind of almost wish it was a strength 6 attack.
So that would put him in 5 territory, I feel.
Yeah, I guess.
There are so few characters that have builders over 5 strength,
Right.
and most of them are She-Hulk.
Right. Thanos too, I think, has a 6.
And
Yeah.
Thor. But see, that's kind of always been the balance that we've seen in the past. When they do have invulnerability on someone, they normally give them pretty middling stats. Thanos
Right.
is 3s across the board.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So certainly not going to see 5. 4 is the max, and the only reason we know it's 4 is because they say above average, and 3 is the average for all defenses.
Yeah.
I could see him having a maybe 4-2-2.
Yeah.
Justifiably, he shouldn't have a lower energy defense.
Right. Yeah.
From comics, but
Yep.
They might go with like the reverse She-Hulk, who was 3-4-3,
Right.
I think.
Yeah.
But
And then he has this kind of big attack. It's a 4 power.
Sweet Christmas.
yeah,
Sweet Christmas.
I'm so
attack.
excited about it. And there's probably going to be a throw with that.
My assumption.
I would assume so, the way that it's written.
yeah,
Yeah, it sounds like there's a throw. There's a part of me because it says it's well worth it to see dazed and confused expressions. I wonder if we're gonna get just an automatic stagger.
Kinda. I mean, from the way that sentence reads, it's dazed and confused expression on their face after they pick themselves up from whatever debris they just got powerhoused into. I'm
Right.
assuming that
Is a throw.
it's just
Although,
referring
what
to
if
the
that
throw.
like dazed and confused like thing is like, what if on a double wild he gives you an activation token if you haven't already received one?
yeah.
Like, I kind of super would dig that. Like,
I mean, it's we'll talk about it later, but it's on Iron Fist.
oh, that's true. Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. I actually haven't read Iron Fists yet. but-
Oh, gotcha.
yeah. So maybe not then, because you wouldn't want to double release a character like that.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
But man, like, I'm really hyped for this character.
And he's got like a bodyguard ability too,
Yes.
where he can spend 2 power to take an attack on himself.
Which
That's what you want.
cool.
High defense and vulnerability.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, you're putting him in the center of your team and making sure that your assets are guarded. You know?
100%.
Mhm.
I
Like an
kind of also hope
Asgardian.
maybe it's a 3, range 3 instead of a range 2. That would just kind of be cool.
Yeah.
Or because he's not on a big base. I don't think that doesn't look
He
like
might
it.
be on medium base,
No,
I'd
I'm
let
pretty
him
sure
guard
that's
my
this one.
assets. Know what I mean?
right?
We need to play that list again, round 2.
Yeah. Yes.
That's a sweet list.
Mm-hmm.
Characters I'd be down to, Sorry, Dan. He knows. We watch the show. That's the only way that I know about Luke Cage. Fucking love that guy.
Yeah.
Ugh.
He's a dream.
Yeah.
Just slapping people on the head and they pass out.
Here for it.
Outside of that, I think that's all we've gotten kind of allusions to, right?
Yeah.
They kind of made it seem like he might have a healing factor, but high physical defense, impervious skin, and a healing factor is going to be too much.
I think
But
so.
I
That would put
certainly
him in
read that
5 threat
ability to
again.
heal wounds at an accelerated rate, as in like, no, that's
No.
Yeah.
I would hope not.
yeah.
But maybe it's just maybe they're just more referring to like his
The damage reduction.
Yeah, damage
Yeah.
reduction. I hope that's the case. I don't want him because if he gets a healing factor, he's gonna be 5.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be too much.
I mean, worth it. I mean, that,
Oh, yeah,
that is
he's
someone to put on
solid-
the table for
Solid
sure.
5.
Like Cable.
Yeah, like Cable. Fuck you. You've ruined my life in more than one way.
So many ways.
I like it. But then we have, of course, his buddy.
Yeah.
That guy. The dude.
Actually,
One of my legitimate favorite characters of all
Oh,
time.
Is he?
yay.
Yeah, I actually do. I actually I was
I'm sorry.
no,
No, that he's your favorite. That sucks, man. Get better.
I actually really liked the 2008 run. I think it was 2007, somewhere around there. Like relaunch of Iron Fist was
Oh,
actually
okay.
Again, I only know
Pretty
him from the show.
Yeah, I mean, fair, and the show did not do a great job.
Yeah.
I
Or-
don't think I even watched the whole season. It was one of those where like it was Dan and I have like us shows, and he just had to go on without me because
Yeah.
I was so like, I don't give a fuck.
Go on
about-
without me.
Just
I'm not gonna make
Just
it.
go. I mean, I still haven't watched the last episode of How I Met Your Mother, so
Oh.
I won't do it.
So
But you watched the rest of the series?
I watched all of it except for the last
That's
episode.
So here's
That's
the
a bad show. You wasted a lot of time.
I liked it.
Had a laugh track. Listen, probably would have been great
Whatever.
without it.
Yeah.
nah.
2021. Unless you're a boomer, you don't need a laugh track.
Well, it wasn't
I was
2021.
gonna say that show was like 10 years ago.
Yeah,
Ah, whatever.
that show came out in like 2004.
Oh, you guys were boomers back then too?
Yeah,
Whatever.
Whatever. I like my shredded wheat. Leave me alone.
It ended in 2012. I'm pretty sure.
I do like shredded wheat though.
Yeah, and oats. Fuck.
I love oats.
Yeah, you
Speaking
do.
of, remind me, and folks at home also remind me in the comments. I have a bunch of cereal in my car again for you
God
guys.
damn it. No
Yes!
more.
Okay.
Is it cinnamon toast shrimp tails?
No, it is multi-grain frosted flakes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I might be down for that.
Individual bowls. Speaking of individual bowls, let's talk about Iron Fist, shall we?
Yeah, let's pack this bowl
Yeah.
with Mr. Danny Rand.
Yeah. So he's all right.
You want to talk about the model first? I know
I'm
you're,
fine.
You're not a fan.
It's not. I actually really like the model. I'm fine with the model. I just want the flying kick, and they didn't really give us the flying kick.
Okay.
And that, like, the flying kick is a very iconic pose for him.
Okay.
Do you think that you can just clip him off at the knee and strain that leg out?
I'm sure somebody will do it. I am not good enough at sculpting to
I wouldn't
redo a kneecap.
Mm.
So,
The pictures on some of the Facebook groups of people putting tech decks under him. Awesome.
yeah, actually really good.
Awesome.
Really, really fucking clever. And I'm fine with the Dragon Fist. Like, I know some people are like, that wasn't a thing. Well, fuck you. It actually
I'm going to
kinda
break it, though. That's the issue.
is.
I like it.
I
like the dragon. Fist.
I like the Dragon Fist. It's really a tactical Dragon Fist is probably one of my favorite tactical things yet. I'm okay with it.
Less than zombies, though, right? Less than tactical
Yo,
vampires.
Don't get me started with that blade. I would rather have Blade right now than Iron Fist. And I know we're not going to get Blade till like Q3, maybe even Q4.
Okay.
Probably next year, knowing if they can ever get that fucking boat loose.
Right.
You know?
R.I.P. Evergreen.
Yeah. It's been real, bud. But I like the model. The symbol on his chest is sculpted.
Okay, I was actually going to ask if that was sculpted or if that's something, because I know, Tim, you and I, we don't paint. I have no interest
Yeah, there's
in that,
no way in
so-
hell I'd be freehanding that.
Right?
No way.
Okay,
No,
so
it
it's
is
sculpted on.
it is
Very
sculpted
cool.
on.
Very, very
Which
cool.
I think will still kind of be a pain to paint
Probably.
because I
yeah.
don't like painting solid black, like in regular black paint. I like building up from blue and darkening it down and then building it back up. So it's going to look a little wonky, but we'll see what happens. But I'm fine with the Dragon Fist. I actually have no problem with it. There was a lot of people who were like,
Yeah, I don't think it's particularly awful. I
No.
don't think it's the
I
greatest
am
thing in the world.
just really worried about that shoulder. I feel like that's going to be the snapping point.
Yep.
Yep.
It is, especially if like you put it in your cup holder and then you
And then
drop your bottle
a
on top of
metal
it.
Yeah.
bottle on it.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's full of the
It
old
looks
water.
prime, actually,
Yeah,
to be
it looks-
destroyed by a cup holder.
Yeah, it looks pretty brutal. Let's talk about what they talked about in the panel play.
Yeah.
You guys can talk about it because I haven't actually read it yet. So go ahead.
All
So
right.
he's got the basic strike, 5 strength, but it's energy, which
Mhm.
I super like a lot.
Yes.
This past week played Killmonger, forgot how much I really like an energy
Yes.
attack builder.
And you can stun.
And it can stun.
Mhm.
And then I guess he has one of his innates is called Immortal Weapons. He just gets some extra power during the power phase.
Which is dope.
Yeah.
Which is going to get him closer to what I can only conceivably say is probably the most brutal attack in the game ever.
Right. The strength 9 energy attack.
Yeah.
Range 3.
Yeah.
And-
Ooh.
Well, and not only that, because I don't think we know the actual range of it, but any enemy within range 3 of
Within
the
range
initial
3.
target
Right. Yeah.
also
Yeah.
suffers
Yep.
damage.
Yep. That's what I'm
So it
Going to
Like
assume
exploding?
that's 1 damage.
I would assume so.
Yep.
But it does cost 8.
Yes.
Yes.
So
But
It's up there.
you can stagger. There's a throw.
yeah.
And it does that thing if they haven't been activated, they get an activated token.
Which-
So you can take them out.
Potentially can be game changing.
Yes.
Absolutely
Yes.
game
Yes.
changing.
Again, if you're playing someone with a tactic plan and then you throw that at and you
It makes
activate their fuck that.
Actually, really solid for Dan's playstyle.
Yeah.
If you want to run someone who's going to go in there and beat things up and have that take away from your enemy's ability to perform
Right.
any objective gaining.
and it works out great because he's a boring character and Dan loves boring characters. So it works out really, really well. I figured I'd just beat you to the joke before.
I wasn't going to, nope, I don't.
Oh, that's not true.
Dan and I have a lot of characters that we both like a lot.
Yeah, like the Fantastic Four. I get it.
I hate the Fantastic Four. If you want to talk about boring characters, I mean, they're the 4 for us.
He did tell me that you hate a character that has a tagline.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
a catchphrase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, Tim hates that. And I was
Especially
like,
if it's
what?
stupid ones, like it's
Like
clobbering
clobbering
time or bub. Ugh.
What about things like I could do this all day?
Or where's my motorcycle?
I need my microfiber cloth to clean my lens. Yeah, I mean that's fair.
Gene, you smudged my lens again with your nose.
What the hell?
But
He's so hurt right now.
Oh God.
yeah, I'm a little
Yeah.
little jaded now. But
But like 9 strength attack. That's the highest now, isn't it?
I think so, right?
it is matched with excessive violence from Hydra Bob.
Okay. So that's
So
gross.
whether you're launching a bazooka at somebody, and that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
Essentially,
Strength
yeah.
9 attack takes 8 power. Super specific there because that's how much it takes Hydra Bob to reload his bazooka.
Yeah.
And damages everyone around it.
Yeah.
I mean, he is punching with a RPG.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. And put them on the same team. That is a hell of an activation round.
Yeah.
That is terrifying.
Mhm.
I'm thinking like right off the bat, You do this, and you can put an activated token on Thanos. Man, you are
Slim Thanos, yeah.
you are shutting down Black Order for a turn.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And they cannot afford to be shut down for a turn. If he can't Dust Decree, you know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
you're in trouble, bud.
Well, especially if you throw him on
Is that how Dust
something.
Decree works? I might be wrong about that. But anyway.
If no, he can use it well. It's a reactive, so he can use it
Oh,
on
okay.
his turn.
All right, so I was
Um,
joking.
Yeah.
Yeah, just kidding.
Yeah.
Ha, that was
Yeah.
funny.
Okay.
But to assume it, let's assume that he costs 4, because that's what I'm assuming he's going to be. He's not going to be a 3.
No way.
What if
no
he
way.
is, though? Like,
No
what
way.
if he's average stats? He's 3s across the board.
Yeah. He's really easy to take down, like 5 and 5 health.
Yeah, 5 health. Maybe he's got a medium movement.
Yeah. I
I can
actually
see a
assume he will
situation.
have a heal. In every game
Yeah, 'cause
that
he can-
Iron Fist
he does
has been
like
in, he
the-
does the chi thing.
Yeah, the cheese.
So I would not be shocked if he has a Wong style heal where he can spend 1 to heal somebody 2, or maybe only heal himself or something along those lines.
Yeah.
Also expecting to see maybe he can spend 1 to get rid of a special condition,
Mhm.
Right.
or it has some immunities to poison and
Mhm.
and stun or bleed or something.
Which
And
I-
with getting 2 power, you sure like he'll
Yeah.
have it to spend.
Yeah.
Or if you're just, I mean, a whole lot closer to that strike, you know what I mean? It's going to take probably 2.5 turns to get there. But
Yeah,
oof.
at least.
Martial prowess too. There's so much stuff that would just make too much sense to throw on him. They're just going to run out of room. And
Yeah.
you know what I
Turn
mean?
that card sideways. you
Yeah,
know?
right.
And he will have another attack, because they do say towards the end of the panel to play that Iron Fist has other attacks. I mean, does that mean he's going to have 4?
Maybe. I wouldn't be surprised if he has a flying kick that moves him.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like puts him like
All right.
a range 3 kick. Maybe it's 0, but it's not a builder necessarily,
Yeah.
but it puts him, he can be within range 1 of the target.
Mhm.
I could very easily see that.
Yep.
Or I could see something like the web line and stuff that Miles Morales has, where he spends to, or actually similar to Black Dwarf. He has a power where he spends 2 and then makes a move action,
Right.
but his next attack does extra damage. So I
Sure.
can see something like
Yeah, like a charge or something like that. too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Charge would make a lot of sense.
Yeah. I kind of really like the idea of doing so like all you got is going to be brutal with him. You give him 3 damage to lower his now, what is it? It was 8 power to play
hmm
down to 5 potentially.
No matter the cost.
No matter the cost, that's
Yeah.
what it is. And then
So I can see you using both on him.
yeah, and if he's flipped, I'm for sure going to do Doom Prophecy on him.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And just rank that 9 strike up to, if he's got 3, then he would be, if his defenses are 3, then it would be up to
Yeah.
12 strike attack.
Yep.
Brutal.
No, I think he's going to have a lot of synergy with a lot of things, and it's all going to be based on
Yep.
how survivable is he.
Yeah, 100%. And if he's not, then yeah, Doom Prophecy, no matter the cost, all you got when he's already flipped,
Mhm.
just suicide bomb essentially.
Oh,
Might as
and
well.
not to circle all the way back to Luke Cage, but he's going to have a throw. I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
Like
Yeah.
a superpower throw versus as part of one of his attacks.
I would hope so.
But
It wouldn't make a ton of sense otherwise.
right,
I really hope that he has like a Hail to the King where he can throw Black Dwarf into my Doc Ock.
Mm.
yes,
Yeah, that's what I want.
Yep.
I only judge characters if they're good if they can throw Black Dwarf and cap Doc Ock in one shot. That's what I want.
yeah.
100%.
You don't ask for much.
I don't. Well, my ex would say otherwise, but sure. So look, if there's one thing that we are here, it's hyper competitive. And not only do we like hyper competitive things, we fucking love stats about it.
Yeah.
Xavier Protocol Invitational had been announced.
Yep.
It is a TTS invitational thing that is being ran.
Specifically to try out the Battle Realms format.
Right, which is super dope. I'm
Mhm.
really glad that that's happening. Because I think Battle Realms has a lot of potential because that is the one where you can actually veto one of somebody's characters, right?
I have no idea. I haven't looked at the
I
format at all.
think that's the one.
Obviously, as the premier super competitive
Yes.
vlog.
Yes.
No, we're not competitive at all. I have no idea what that format is.
No, that was a joke.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, gotcha.
Yeah, no, I believe Battle Realms is the one where like when you do the drafts, you can veto each other.
Mhm.
Because the other one is like if you take this character, you get access to a certain affiliation without having to actually take the affiliation leader.
Okay.
If I am not mistaken, that is a thing. Unless I am wrong, then I was joking. But we have a ton. Yes. Yep. Dismiss. Yeah. So I was right. Yeah. So I wasn't joking. I was right. Doesn't happen often.
Suckers. You saw it here first.
But I'm actually super excited because we got some stats.
We do.
Of list breakdown.
Mhm.
Tim and I were just gushing about this.
Ooh, girl.
And because we are not in the competitive scene really at all.
Right.
We
think
really
Bullseye's really good.
Yes.
Yes.
It's really unique for us to be able to see the breakdowns. I'm so happy they did this because we get kind of a little glimpse of what people are actually running and doing. So one of the bits that we talked a lot about in our particular group was the character breakdowns and what percentage of rosters had certain characters on them. Some of the ones that we use a lot on stream aren't necessarily in the meta or very popular for competitive play, but we play them a lot anyway. Some that we've never really used or only used because we haven't used them is reflected also in competitive play because literally no one chooses them.
Right.
Out of 71 or 74 rosters total, I think 71 players. Ultron was taken 0 times.
Which, that bad, really? Like, is Ultron, like, I've never played Ultron.
So he's 4 threat, which is an investment, especially in Cabal, where you have so many characters that can do what he does better, potentially for cheaper.
Right. I knew that was a thing. Because, like, unless you're going to take...
not Dark Reign.
Age of
Ultron.
Is that what it is? We are Ultron. I am Ultron, whatever it is.
Age of Ultron, yep.
Yeah. Unless you're going to take that card specifically, which nowadays there's so many better cards out there that are like are almost a given, especially in a competitive set. It's
why Wolverine is sometimes neglected or given a lower rating because he kind of requires some tactics cards to really work effectively.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you have to invest to make your character good, instead of taking kind of some of the higher, more useful, all you've got and field dressing.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you're replacing those, which are hugely beneficial on most of the characters that you could play, Bitter Rivals is another one. They're kind of not worth taking. It certainly devalues them.
No one's taking Smash.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, I think Smash is great. No one's taking Heave Ho.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Like, there are some tactics cards that are just like
they're too pricey.
They're too pricey. They don't necessarily do what you want them to do. Like Heave Ho's dope, but you can only throw a size 2 object.
Right.
Who cares? What I mean? Yeah.
Granted, Rocket can throw it, which is rad.
Right. I mean, Rocket Wong kind of like team up is some of my favorite.
Right.
Yeah. It's like you bring them just to Heave Ho.
Who did I do that to? I Heave Ho. What is it? Did I Heave Ho Wong threw something in a game that we played against somebody and dazed him, and I was so happy that it worked out because Wong picked up a building and chucked it.
That's funny.
But
it's interesting looking at the affiliation breakdown. 4% took Guardians. Like,
Guardians is bad.
We have argued that is not the best affiliation.
There's no reason to do it because you're not going to sack tactics cards for winging it token.
Right.
Like it's hot garbage. If you run Guardians, run them unaffiliated, it makes no difference.
Right.
Well, it does because you lose Curse of the Milano, which is arguably one of the best cards.
Sure.
I mean, it's the best card they get.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
So literally, specifically, that one card is why you take the affiliation.
Yeah.
Also, for the most part, for tournament play, mass numbers of characters is not typically the meta.
Right.
And Guardians lets you do that. Unfortunately, Guardians is a lot of fragile or slow character.
Mhm.
Either they're durable, but they're slow, or they're fragile as hell, but they're fast.
Yeah.
It's kind of 6 1 half dozen the other, and nobody's going to take Groot in a competitive set. Therefore, taking dynamic duo doesn't mean two shits.
I mean, really, all of the Guardians are at that 4% threshold.
Yeah.
They were on 4% of lists. Drax, Gamora, Groot, Ronan.
Which is interesting. I loved Gamora. I thought she was great.
Yeah, I really like her too. But once again, that to bring a hitter at 4 threat, so many really high level choices. And when you look at someone like Valkyrie, who's taken in a metric shit ton of lists,
76% of lists,
who's cheaper, has a rapid fire, and most likely is able to going to be able to get the power she needs because she's also an Asgardian, so she's getting more out of the gate.
And she's got to throw.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
It's so interesting. Okoye at 80%. That's wild.
She's the best 2 character in the game. Arguably, she might be the best character in the game, pound for pound.
Yeah,
like
I loved her when I played with her.
Yeah, she can bodyguard. I mean, she can only take a couple of hits, but she can bodyguard.
A range 4 energy attack that costs 0.
Yep. I mean, she's really good.
And a builder, rerolls dice.
Yep.
Martial art, or not martial prowess, martial artist that you add blanks to.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
wild.
She can bodyguard, and so she can keep your big hitters alive.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Toad's way up there too.
Yep.
Which I'm
5.
surprised about.
Solid 2.
I know,
It's super
solid.
and
solid too.
So,
well, but I mean, you say that every time, and I always hear Wargaming Dad in the back of my head. Well, but if you're in range, you're in trouble. You know what I mean? Like, sure.
Who cares if you're 2 threats in trouble though? If you're getting incinerated on a target that you need down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally
Especially
fair.
when everyone's running Asgardians.
Right.
But that's mostly not because of Thor, not because of Hela, who's at the bottom of these lists, but the big 3: Enchantress, Valkyrie, Angela.
Yep.
They are stupid good.
I mean, 1, 2, 3.
Take your hand and come with me. Because you look so fine that I'd really like to make you mine.
4. The top 4, all girls.
Yep.
Therefore, we do know girls get it done.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Runs the world.
Yeah.
Girls.
And Shuri's actually not that far behind. I am surprised Shuri is still high level competitive now.
She fell out of favor and has come back.
Okay.
Granted, a lot of the bigger threats like She-Hulk and stuff, which I don't think was really, she was real. I mean, she's up there, I guess. She was taking on over 1/3 of lists, but the push is awesome. I mean, it's battlefield control.
Right.
It's hugely important to have
It's range 4 or range 5.
It's range 5. Is it? I forget. I think it's range 4.
Either way, it's still a
Panther
ranged
gauntlets.
push attack.
Right. And guaranteed.
Right.
Not on a wild, not if damage is done.
Right. I mean, it only does 1 damage, but who cares? You still get the push.
Right.
Yeah. Where's Hulk fall?
Hulk was towards the bottom.
Yep.
Hulk is above the reality gem, actually tied with it.
Yep. 6%.
People really like Hulk in Defenders.
Mhm.
That seems to be his nice little spot. I am surprised Punisher is so high. Like, I know he's a turret, and Blood Red and Personal is really
once
good.
again, I wouldn't describe that as high.
I mean, he's over Drax.
Right, but he's a rogue agent.
Well, that's why I'm surprised I would expect him to be like 3rd from the bottom.
Fair.
Because he doesn't help with any of your affiliations.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's not a rogue agent.
Oh, that's right.
He's fully 100% unaffiliated.
Mhm.
And do we have a breakdown of the actual like what affiliations are taken?
Yes.
Asgard's the highest, obviously.
Asgard and Cabal.
Which I am surprised because I don't ever see people talk about Cabal anymore.
No.
I mean, they're solid. So one of the big things in the meta, I believe, currently, and once again, these are all jokes because we literally have no idea what we're talking
we don't
about
follow anything
as far as competitive stuff. Is consistent power generation.
Sure.
If your builders fail, the fact that you did any damage with Cabal
Right.
helps you. I mean, it's loss protection.
Right.
So,
And you got Dark Reign in there too.
Also,
Yeah.
you have a lot of characters on Cabal because every bad guy is on Cabal.
Right.
So being able to build and flesh out other lists, Cabal is going to be like a regular secondary list that you can run. Same with A-Force, which is why A-Force is so high. Because the big three, once again, Angela, Enchantress, and Valkyrie, you can do A-Force and you can do Asgardians with them. That's probably one of the most common affiliation goals that you can go. Granted, there's really no difference between the two. Do you run Thor at 5 threat or She-Hulk?
Right.
One more. I mean, there's not a massive swing.
Right. So what I am also shocked about, go back up real quick. Avengers is high. For one, all I ever hear is Avengers is garbage.
No one wants to take Cap. Cap's a great defensive character.
Yeah, but look who they're above. Like look where Avengers are in comparison. Above Inhumans, above Uncanny X-Men, above Defenders, above Web Warriors, which I'm kind of surprised about with all webbed up is such a good card. I am very shocked that it is not towards the bottom of the list.
Really?
Yeah. All I have ever heard from podcasts that I listen to and like just things that I see like in Facebook when it seems like they think that they know competitive talk or whatever that they're beating off about. It's always Avengers is garbage. Avengers is dumb. Nobody wants to take Cap. Yeah, cool. You get your power for 1 power less or whatever.
Yeah.
Cool, whatever. But and everybody's much like Cabal, all the good guys are on Avengers, so you get a wide array, but it's like, well, they don't have anything special, really, realistically.
Yeah.
I am shocked that they're this high. My only theory is because the team has just been around for so long, people feel comfortable with them.
They're a solid secondary pick.
Yeah. If you need to switch and bring it up, I could see a situation.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and when you take a look in here about the affiliation breakdown too, nearly half of all rosters are capable of running 3 different affiliations.
Yeah.
Right.
So when you take a look at the most positive one or the most popular ones, you have Asgard, Wakanda, and A-Force all in the top 5. Avengers is maybe not the secondary for all of them, but there's a lot of crossover with all of those.
Right.
So they're a solid, this is the 3rd affiliation I can make.
Right. Wakanda is super high. I don't hear a lot of people. I mean, locally, nobody really plays Wakanda.
Right.
No,
Yeah.
but they're
But Wakanda Wave is still a thing.
What's that?
Wakanda Wave is still very much a thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's not about their affiliation ability.
Right.
It's about Wakanda forever.
Yeah. 100%. Well, and usurp the throne when you need it.
Yeah. Do you think people take that?
No.
Where was Killmonger on the list? I love Killmonger and Usurp the Throne. I will always run it if Killmonger's in my team, but
yeah, he's not even in there. No, he's there someplace. Vision, pretty high too.
Oh, it's a quarter of list. Well, I mean, Vision is one of the cheapest throws in the game.
And a staff.
First sight.
Oh, he's not as high as I thought he was. Never mind.
Yeah.
Baron Zemo's up there though. I like that. Not where I would expect him to be.
Once again, solid 3, long movement.
Yep.
Lots of rerolls.
Yep. Thor's in a good spot, but everybody's taking Asgard. So
Yep. Yeah, so he's not probably because people actually want to run him.
I mean, he's solid. He is one of the best all around built characters. He's durable. He's got a ranged attack that is good.
Yeah,
he's got a good
power though. Only 1 still, and it's range 5.
Yeah, but he's getting 2 power return.
Yeah.
So he's got the power if he needs it.
Yeah.
I mean, shout out to Omnis Protocol. One of the lists that I've been wanting to try that he does is called Shield Guard, I think it's called, or something like that, where it's literally you play Asgard. It's Thor, Okoye, Valkyrie. You take another character that's a 4 threat, either Loki or Hela, depending on what you want to do with them.
Mm-hmm.
And then you take a 3 threat character that has a high energy defense Energy Guard. That's what the list is called. And then you take like a Baron Zemo, for instance. That's who he usually takes in it. And you just kind of sit on objectives and you turret hammer with Thor.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
especially
really
with Bitter Rivals out now too. If you
Right.
get some shocks on the field and you throw that out, and there are only 2 less dice on all their attacks.
Right.
I mean, it's just annoying.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yep. 100%. So I now have my Asgard painted up, so I really want to play them, but it's a bunch of new rules. You know what I mean? Yeah. And the breakdown of the gems. I mean, reality is not as high as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Really? It's one of the higher ones.
No, it was at the bottom, bud.
I mean, it's the third out of 6 gems. It's number 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I feel like everybody takes reality. But what's the first?
Well, so
gem?
everyone takes reality on very specifically Black Order.
Right.
Everyone takes
Mind.
time on Black Order regardless, and works on Defenders as well.
Right.
But Mind was actually the highest. Yeah, you're right. But Mind can be taken on as Guardian list. From Loki.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. Oh, and Mind's really good.
Mhm.
I mean, because that's the one that you get to move somebody.
Correct.
Yeah, so it's like a free push.
Yep.
Well, it's not a free push. It's a push that you would not have normally.
Yeah, it's a pull, but and
whatever.
the throughput on it is super
Is
high.
it a pull?
Yeah, it's a pull.
Okay.
You can advance them
Okay.
towards you, I believe. But the huge thing about that is that one movement
Mhm.
could be an additional action on multiple characters. Instead of having multiple characters move in range to take out a high priority target, you're moving them right into the danger zone and having everyone be able to double attack.
Right.
Yep.
Interesting.
It's very telling to me. Hulk was at 6%. She-Hulk's at 37%.
Yeah, She-Hulk's solid.
So she bumped him right out.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, and she's the A-Force affiliation
Right.
leader. So
Yep.
I'm actually still surprised that Hulk's at a 6. I mean, Ant-Man's sitting at a 7.
Mm-hmm.
That's not bad. Here's the I can't. Okay, whoa, Bullseye's at a 7. Okay.
Hold up.
Well, I mean, he works for Crime Syndicate. He's a solid 3 who can hold an objective. You know what I mean? That's what you need. That's what you need him to do.
Mhm.
But yeah, I actually I don't know. I am interested to see what lists, because we don't actually know what lists look like yet, right? They have not posted them yet.
Some of them are up, but certainly not to the level of detail that's in.
Right. Well, and not only that, but like,
6.
I mean, go back. How many people took Asgard?
It was close to 50%, 46.
Right, and I guarantee you they're all the same list, or very close to being all the same list, minus 1 or 2 different.
Well, once
models.
again, with close to half of the rosters being able to make 3 affiliations, I'm sure the second and third affiliations that they were able to build were pretty varied, because A-Force is a strong contender, especially if they're running, like I said, the big 3 there: Enchantress, Angela, and Valkyrie.
And being able to dismiss, like, if you don't want to go up against Asgard, you're gonna dismiss Thor right off the bat.
Right.
So you can't bring Asgard.
Yep.
So it's interesting. It's an interesting concept. I really like it. I like this.
None of it was super shocking to me as far as the affiliation breakdowns. Guardians being at the bottom seems expected.
Yep.
Same
Yep.
with Spider-Foe. Same with Black Order. Same with Uncanny X-Men. I could have seen go either way, just because I assumed they'd be running Storm, obviously, instead of Dirtbag Cyclops. But Inhumans is actually higher than I expected. Same with Web Warriors. Granted, none of them are in the top 50.
Right.
Or the top half or whatever. But
Well, I am, and I'm also. I find it a little interesting that Uncanny X-Men is so low, but Wakanda is so high. When I figured that would be a lot of crossover there. Like, I would bring Uncanny X-Men and Wakanda just to have 2 affiliations. That would be like, because Storm can be
Right.
Uncanny X-Men or
Yep.
Wakanda to help my Wakanda out. And then there's some good. I actually think Cyclops in Wakanda is probably pretty good. Because he's what Wakanda needs is a heavy hitter who's a turret. Well, guess what Cyclops is? Blind, usually, when he takes his glasses off. But
correct.
but gets to. I mean, he's a heavy turret.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you're
Range
not wrong.
range 4.
And he can move other people. That's kind of, I think, the only reason people even consider bringing Cyclops is his tactical orders.
Yeah. See, and I don't. I mean, I look at the card and I probably wouldn't do it most of the time because I just want to blast people.
Mm.
Also, why I lose a lot of games.
Yeah.
You just start blasting.
But once again,
Yeah.
it's a free action for somebody else.
Right.
So
Right. I mean, I get it.
yeah.
Like, it's good, I guess.
Especially on,
Yeah. A fast team.
Mhm.
Yeah, whatever.
Now the crisis threat breakdown
Uh-huh.
is kind of another whole bucket of worms here. Also, shout out to MODOK still being so prevalent in the game.
MODOK is still so damn good.
People are taking the basic bitch ones, honestly.
Yeah.
The number one at 69%.
Nice.
For secures is Infinity Formula.
Yep.
And everyone loves Worthy. 83% of the time for extracts they were taking.
Hammers, man. Hammers is dope.
Mm-hmm.
You get extra stuff.
But all the ones, effectively, the more complicated it will be for you to score, people are not building to play a crisis where work will have to be done on their end. They're
Right.
playing it safe almost 100% of the time. Montesi Formula, there's 3 books on the ground. Go pick them up.
Yep.
They want to run to something, they want to pick it up, and then all day they want to have good luck. That's
Yep.
Yeah, 100%.
really all that's going on here.
And I mean, a lot of people are picking old ones because they're familiar with them. They
Mhm.
already know their strategies.
But you look at any of the civilian target ones, Spider Infected, Skrulls Infiltrate World Leadership, Mayor Fisk, anything where your characters could potentially be moved, or you have heavy RNG to see which one's the actual senator or something like that for that 2 victory points, usually towards the bottom.
And more importantly, low threats are at the bottom.
Yes.
People want their
Yeah.
characters on the board. Nobody
Hell yeah.
Nobody wants to play low threat stuff, which
Right.
is why I actually like playing low threat stuff because I like to prepare for it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And plus, one of the easiest ways to throw people off is just to play counter to whatever the meta is.
Correct.
If people are taking high threat stuff, make them play a low threat and throw them off.
Yep.
Make them have to decide who they're going to get rid of.
Mhm.
You know? Nothing better than scaling down Asgard to 4 models.
Right.
You know,
Right.
or 3 models in some cases.
Mhm.
But yeah, I super like that they broke this down. I do like stats, despite the fact
Yeah.
that I am not a competitive guy and I usually bitch about stats because I think it's ridiculous, especially when you tier them and post them every Tuesday.
I feel those articles are written very well.
They are, and shout out to Across the Bifrost because they're doing it and they are very specific of what they want to do. But I fall for the clickbait every time. You know what I mean?
I think it is probably the perfect social media post.
Yeah.
It has a picture that is going to make some people really mad,
Mhm.
and they're going to get in the comments, which gets up viewability.
Yeah.
And then you get the click-through link that actually explains why it is like that. And there is probably not been a time when they post one of those articles where I disagree with where
Right.
they've put people once they explain their reasoning.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I get it. Just I'm still butthurt about Daredevil being.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
I just hurts my little feelings.
Wolverine shouldn't be in Defenders, honestly, and that wouldn't have happened. The real fault
It's
is
fair.
that Wolverine's on Defenders,
You're absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bub.
Bub.
right?
But that being said, is that it? Is that all we got to talk about?
That is all we got.
All right.
I'm out of tea.
Next week, or yesterday,
Yeah.
Big Chuck was back.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Until
Word
something
on the
else
street.
changes. I came back for 1 week.
1 week. And you
Tried.
You tried.
I tried.
You rolled a number of dice.
I definitely most likely played Web Warriors because I wanted to play something that felt familiar. Unless I didn't, then I am joking.
Right.
Yes.
I was really impressed with your victory point score
Yes.
in round 2.
Uh-huh.
I did not expect you to be at the place that you were
Right.
and the place that I was at for
Yeah.
me to be.
100%.
Mhm.
I also am really proud that I actually read the missions.
Yes.
Yes. Be it 5 minutes before we started or as we were playing, but I read them and that's
Yeah.
important.
Who can
And
say?
I really tried to fight my urge for bloodlust as much as possible and just trying to murder you with spider foes, which never, or spider or web warriors, which never works.
And some people might feel one way and some people might feel the other, but you definitely played it.
You're absolutely right, I did. With that being said, true believers, we have been the Professional Casual Network presents. Oh yeah, no, wait, did I roll a wild? The Marvel Crisis Protocol vlog. Till next week. Bye.